Right now, you are standing on a frozen world half a billion miles from home, on a sheet of ice as hard as solid rock. This is Europa, a moon of Jupiter, and beneath your feet, sealed under the ice, lies an ocean. A global ocean of liquid water, dark and silent, that may hold more water than every sea on Earth combined. And today, you are going to dive into it, so let's go down together, all the way to the bottom. First, where you are, Europa is one of the 4 great moons of Jupiter, and it is slightly smaller than our own moon. But unlike our gray, dead moon, Europa is wrapped in a brilliant shell of ice, one of the smoothest surfaces in the solar system. Above you, Jupiter looms enormous in the sky, a banded giant streaked with storms that never sets and never moves. And the sun is just a bright, distant star out here, giving barely a 20th of the light it gives back on Earth. The ground beneath your boots is not stone, it is water ice, and it may be 10, even 20 kilometers thick. Its surface is scarred with long, dark cracks that run for thousands of kilometers, like veins across the entire moon. Those reddish streaks may be salts and minerals, welling up from the ocean below and freezing onto the surface. In places, the ice looks shattered and refrozen, as if great rafts once drifted apart and locked back together. Here is the mystery. This far from the sun, Europa should be frozen solid, straight through, so why is there an ocean at all? The answer is Jupiter's gravity. As Europa circles the giant, it is pulled and squeezed, over and over, without end. That constant flexing heats the moon from the inside, the way a metal wire warms when you bend it back and forth. And that hidden heat is enough to keep a vast ocean liquid, locked away beneath the frozen crust. So the ocean is real. A layer of liquid water perhaps 100 kilometers deep, far deeper than any sea on Earth. It is salty, and it has been down there, in the dark, for billions of years. Altogether, it may hold 2 or 3 times more water than every ocean on Earth, put together. And no ray of sunlight has ever touched it. It is a sea in total, eternal darkness. To reach it, you first have to get through the ice, so you begin to descend, melting and boring your way down. The light from the surface fades fast above you, until there is nothing left but the glow of your own machine. Down and down you go, through kilometers of ancient ice, the pressure climbing with every single meter. And then, far below, the solid ice gives way beneath you. You break through, into open water. You are now floating in the ocean of another world, and it is utterly, perfectly black. The water hovers near freezing, and the weight of all that ice above presses down with crushing force. There is no up, no down, no horizon, only cold, dark, salty water, in every direction at once. You sink slowly downward, into a silence deeper than anything that exists anywhere on Earth. But the bottom of this ocean may not be dead. Far below, the water meets the moon's rocky core. And there, the same tidal heat that keeps the ocean liquid may drive hydrothermal vents, cracks in the seafloor. Hot, mineral-rich water could be pouring out of them into the freezing dark, exactly as it does on Earth's ocean floor. And on Earth, those very vents are crowded with strange life that needs no sunlight whatsoever. Which is why this hidden ocean matters so much. It may have the 3 things life seems to need: liquid water, the energy and warmth of the vents, and the raw chemical ingredients dissolved in the salt. If life ever began here, it would never look up at the stars. It would live forever in the dark, around the warmth of the vents. It could be the second place in the universe, after Earth, where we find that life somehow took hold. But Europa is not gentle. Back on the surface, Jupiter drowns the ice in radiation strong enough to kill you in days. And down here, the cold and the pressure would end you in moments, without your machine to hold them back. This is a world that does not want you, beautiful, and completely indifferent to whether you live or die. And yet, of every place we could ever search for life beyond Earth, this buried ocean may be the very best of them. That is why we are going. A spacecraft, Europa Clipper, is already on its way to study this frozen moon up close. It will not dive in, not yet, but it will map the ice and taste the plumes of water that erupt through the cracks. Somewhere beneath that shell, an entire ocean is waiting in the dark, exactly as it has for billions of years. And the question it holds is the oldest one we have. Out here, in all that black water, are we truly alone?